Hi everyone. So today I'll be doing a collective haul of a bunch of candle holders slash luminaries that I purchased on reselling websites. So we're talking Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, even OfferUp. I signed up for OfferUp, which was really out of my comfort zone. I think I got inspired by Hector over at the Wick Collective. If you don't know or follow his channel, he does a lot of candle hauls as well, primarily Bath and Body Works, but I really like his channel because he tends to haul a lot of older, like vintage, old school style candles from Bath and Body Works. So we're talking like anywhere like 20 years, 15, 10, 5 years in the past. So that's really awesome seeing his take on the older sense. So anyways, I noticed that he uses a lot of reselling sites and stuff. So the only one that I was signed up for was Mercari. And the selling fees now are crazy, and there's just a lot of processing, selling fees and everything. So I decided to venture out and try other ones and just, keep my eye out. To not make this any longer, I'm going to go over what I purchased. I think all of these are Bath and Body Works and or Slacken & Co. era Bath and Body Works luminaries. So that's back in like the 2010s, and some of them are a little bit older, or not older, but like more recent. All right, let me see which is my least favorite. Oh yeah, it's the one that I recently got. There is one that I purchased on eBay, but the seller is having issues shipping it out. I don't know. It's been stuck on label created since like the 1st of July. And I have a feeling that the seller is going to cancel on me. And I think there's like 30 days to get my money back. So hopefully if that all resolves itself, or if I do end up getting it, I hope so, because I love the piece and it was at a like decent price. Okay. I'll add that towards the end. But I was gonna say the ugliest one I got was this one on Mercari. So this is a candle luminary. Let me back this up and kind of like make this a little bit bigger. So this came out in Bath and Body Works several years ago. I want to say it's about like 8 or so years. So we're talking like around the 2015, 16 era. So I really loved it because of this blue color. It's not specifically ombre, but if you go all around it, it's really decorative, and it even has this metal drop down insert right here. So let me go ahead, take it out. So the reason why I didn't really like it is that, one, it was very late, and two, it was packaged poorly and it's kind of dirty. So here we go as the metal insert. The problem with this, and why I try not to purchase any metal items from Bath and Body Works, like candle holders and stuff, is because of the rust. So if you notice right here, it might be like not the best angle, but you see how it's kind of rusted? So when I got it, I wiped it down with the damp cloth, and then I got some like stainless steel protector, or I don't know, but some gloss. So yeah, it is still pretty dirty, but here's how it looks like. I have burned a candle in this, and it does look nice. It glows more of a yellow hue color. So I initially thought I was really gonna love the metal insert, but I realized that I tend to burn my candle for about 2 to 3 hours at a time, unless it's like Homeworks, which that's a separate brand. But for Bath and Body Works, I like to keep my burn times at a minimum, and like taking out a burning candle from this metal insert. And first off, if the candle is full, it's kind of heavy. So that's always not the best thing. So I think what this person did is that they would kind of hover over it and then blow it out. So I think that's why it's got soot in it, and it's old. So yeah, this one, I got it for about, it was like 20 bucks or so, but the selling fees on Mercari are really expensive. So all in all, it ended up being like anywhere from like 30 to 40 bucks, which now, thinking back, I probably would have skipped out on it had I known it was in this condition. But the pictures looked really good, but I'm not like going to return it or anything. So yeah, once, because I have a feeling because of the rust, this might break one day, I can just insert like hover, or no, not hover, place the candle inside without the metal insert. So here's the first one. Let's go on to my second least favorite one of my recent purchases. This one was the one that I got with my Poshmark credit. So if you don't know, if you know someone that sells on Poshmark, or if you create a Poshmark account using someone's referral, you get $10 credit. I don't remember what the minimum spend to use the $10 credit needs to be, but this one was listed, or I got an offer for reduced shipping and like 25 bucks. So I used it with that. This is technically not Bath and Body Works. This is a Slacken & Co. luminary. So this is designed for their 3 wicks. And so a 4-wick candle does not fit in here, but a Bath and Body Works 3-wick candle does. The reason why I'm not too happy, despite the fact that I really love the sky blue color and the butterflies all around, is that I feel like there's not enough of these cutouts. So it looks really dark, and the only light, or I guess light, that is omitting is a yellow glow from in here. So if you're far away, I mean, there's like one cutout right here. So ideally, I think I would have loved it more if it was, let's say, glass or something. I think it would have looked a little bit better, but I really liked it because the seller had the original box. Let me show it to you. Let me move this out the way. So here's the box. It's Homeworks by Harry Slacken. This one, I believe, was a QVC exclusive. There were other colors as well around 2018. So there's this right here. Is there anything in the bottom? No. And then in the inside, it had the styrofoam and everything. So that will make storing it a lot easier, and I really appreciated it. I realized that I like candle holders. Like, for example, this one, I can just put this over the candle, versus this one, the one that I showed you the first time, I need to lower the candle in here. So it's a lot easier to, for example, this doesn't get as hot. I've already tested all of these. If I want to blow it out, I can just remove this, blow out the candle, and like put in a new one. Versus this one, I have to like very carefully either move the insert up or blow the candle in here, and this will get a little bit sooty. So yeah, these were my least favorite purchases, but I'm still, I guess, happy that I got it because there are some other ones that I really like. Okay, let me go to a single wick holder that I thought was really cute. I wanted the teal one. There was this really pretty blue color, but it's okay. The seller was on Mercari, and I believe I got it for around $14 plus shipping, processing fees. I'm not sure what it came out to. If you ask me down below, I can check my Mercari, but this was once upon a time around 2017, 18, or 19 rewards eligible. Can you believe it? And the seller had the original box. Here we go. So there's a spoiler. It has the article number, and it says Pumpkin Luminary. And here's the box. There is the styrofoam insert, but it just causes a big mess. So I am keeping it closed for now. I do have a candle in it. Let me just remove it. Or you know what? Let me show it to you with the candle. All right, so here we go. We have this like purpley maroon color pumpkin single wick. There is strawberry pound cake in here. Hopefully I can finish it because this one's very old. It was a part of a gift set. So here we go. Again, this is in pristine condition. You can see the color a little bit better now that I don't have the strawberry pound cake candle. And this one, the metal insert, is in a lot better shape. It was basically like never new in box, never been used before. I'm kind of like messing it up right now. So yeah, this is definitely more my style. A lot of the Bath and Body Works holiday, like their fall, Halloween, Christmas items, they're very shiny and sparkly, and that's just not my thing. And I also don't like a lot of the water globe stuff or the ones with sparkles and stuff, because I've seen as time progresses that one, the battery doesn't work or it stops turning on, or with water globes, the confetti or the sparkles get stuck at the bottom, or like the motor doesn't work anymore. So I just like classic pieces that aren't overly shiny. So if you can believe it, once upon a time, the single wick luminary was $15.50. So this was rewards eligible once upon a time, and it's super pretty. So these are a little bit harder to come by, but they have this in a green, a teal, which that one's always like more expensive than the other ones, orange, and I believe this maroon purple color. So yeah, I really like this one. My mom also really enjoyed it. All right, next item. I found this on eBay, and surprisingly, it wasn't super expensive despite the fact that the seller listed this hard to find, which I know in Mercari, if something is listed hard to find, you're going to be paying like triple what it normally costs. So here's how the bottom looks like. I'll show it to you in pieces. This one, it says used exclusively with Bath and Body Works and Slack & Co. 14.5 ounce / 411 grams or smaller filled candles. So this is Slack & Co. Technically, I believe this came out on QVC. So I really like the luminaries or the hurricanes that are two pieces. The ones I've shown you so far are inserts, or the butterfly one was one that was just one piece. But Here we go. We have the lemon one and it has cutouts. It's super pretty. So this one, I get a lot more glow from the candle. I think this is super cool. And despite the fact that this is kind of old, I believe this was before 2015, somewhere around that time. This was a QVC exclusive, I believe, when I researched it later. And it was sold with a limoncello cupcake. But yeah, this one's super pretty and there's no chips. The other ones that I saw, they did have like a small chip on the rim or something, but this one doesn't. So there we go. This is like a year-round staple piece, at least for me. And I really like it that, for example, let me lower this a bit. If I want to put in a candle, I can just like open this, plop my candle in, and then put it back. And then once I want to extinguish it, I can just remove the top and then blow it out and then swap it for a different one. So yeah, super happy with this one. I was really excited when I saw it. I want to make a note that if you're interested in this one or want to find it, there is a version that looks very similar. The only difference is that there's more cutouts in the larger one. And the other one, it's just one row of these faux flowers. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, I was specifically looking for the larger one and also happy that I ended up purchasing it. So yeah, I like it that this is a year-round item. And I know my mom liked this one a lot more than the first two that I showed you. Ooh, okay, last two items. I don't know how in the world it's like 6:20, but it's still really hot. All right, so the last two, I'll do a quick story time. So I decided to download OfferUp, which is, if you don't know, a reselling site that you can either purchase it to have items shipped to you, or you can meet up locally like Facebook Marketplace. I don't have a Facebook account. I barely got an Instagram. So Facebook Marketplace always intimidated me, but I know that the Wick Collective, Hector, he finds a lot of great older Bath and Body Works candles that way. But I just wasn't ready to create another Facebook account and like meet people that way. So I'm like, okay, let me try OfferUp. I think that's a little baby step. And I think just the stars aligned, okay? It was my time. And I saw this very pretty 3-wick candle holder. And what surprised me more was the price of this 3-wick candle holder. And I'm just like, no way this still hasn't been sold, and no way the seller is selling it for $10. Because I saw that that item had been uploaded maybe about like 10 days ago. So within the last month. But normally, like for example, with Craigslist, if something isn't listed like the last 3 days or so, most likely it was sold and the seller forgot to update the listing to sold out. So I got a little bit of courage and I messaged the seller. I'm like, hey, is this item still available? And is it available for pickup? And they said, yeah. So if you don't know, I have to go into the office, like physical. Otherwise, I work remotely. And the office is very close, if you know, from like the LAX area. And that's about over an hour sometimes, depending on traffic from me. And this seller was located maybe like 10 minutes from my work. So I'm just like, okay, let me try this. And yeah, but it's funny because I had sent this seller is this item still available? I sound borderline desperate for this candle holder. I sent it to her around 1:30 in the morning. And then so my sister went with me and yeah, the transaction was good. It was all good. I changed the angle so you can get a look at this pineapple holder in all its glory. So if you don't know, Bath and Body Works is really fond, or at least was several years ago, of pineapple type products. Now the ones that are released look a little cheap to me, if I'm being honest, but the older ceramic ones, even the metal ones, I don't really like, but this is so pretty. So I saw this and I'm just like, no way, this is the original like 2010 version. So if you look at it, it's the original 2010 glazed pineapple. So this or similar style was re-released maybe like 2015, 2016 or something, but this was the original one. Let me show you the inside. So I'm putting this a little bit closer, but it says used exclusively with Bath and Body Works and Slankin & Co. filled candles, 14.5 or smaller. And then if you don't know, 14.5 ounce, those are the 3-wick sizes. And then the bottom right here, that's just how it looks like. Can you believe once upon a time this was $35? And I realized that this was the original one because the older or the later versions that had the different colored glazes right here, where it was yellow, orange, and I believe green, that one retailed $39.95 or like $39.50. And then if I turn this over. It has Harry Slatkin signature 2010. Yeah, so I was just over the moon about this purchase. I was super happy, and I just walked out of there, and I only paid $10 because normally these cost anywhere from 60 to like over 100 on all reselling sites. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, $10, this is a steal. Oh, if you want to know quickly how you put the top back, there is a little insert right here. So on the pineapple part, there is a matching one, so you just have to kind of line them up. Yeah, so it kind of falls into place. So I was really happy. I came home. I showed basically everyone in my house. And then my mom mentioned, hey, it would have been really nice if the lady would have had two, because then you would have had it on either side of your bed. And then I thought, yeah, that would have been nice. So I purchased this on, was it Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. And then I forgot what I was doing Wednesday, but I didn't message her until Thursday in the morning. So I noticed that the listing was still up. It didn't show sold. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if she just forgot to change it to sold. And so I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I noticed that the listing is still available. Like, did you forget to like mark it sold, or do you have another one? Because if so, I'm interested. And can you believe it? She said that, yeah, she had another one. So I thought, oh my God, perfect. So repeat the whole thing, going into work, driving over to her house, getting it. And let me move this over. And it was so funny because they had the like street cleaning, so it was really hard to find a parking. But I got another one. So I call the pineapples chubs for some reason because they look kind of chubby to me. But yeah, this is the same one, 2010, around the same condition, but she said this one was a little bit dustier. So basically the seller told me that she had both of these in storage and just wanted to get rid of it. And it was so funny because I feel like if she would have known that these are really expensive, then she could have easily charged, I would say, anywhere from like 50 to like 75 bucks. Yeah, so overall, I'm super satisfied with my purchase, especially those two pineapples. Best find of like the year, probably. And then I also really enjoy the lemon luminary one because it's 2 pieces. I also really like the pumpkin one, especially because it comes with the original box and styrofoam and stuff. The ones I'm kind of so-so about, probably the butterfly one and the ombre one. The butterfly one because it looks a little bit dim, even with a candle in there. And then the other one was just a little bit like, it had more wear and tear than I anticipated. But okay, I'm going to try to insert a clip of candles burning inside each of these. But pretty much this was everything that I wanted to show you. I don't know if I'm going to insert the clip about the other candle holder because I have a strong feeling, hopefully not, that it's going to get canceled. Okay, so here I have all of my candle holders. If you hear any background noise, my grandma is listening to cable TV. Yes, we still pay for cable TV, but that is besides the point. I have a roasted sesame right here. I'm just finishing this one up. So I'm going to start with the candle holder that I like the least. Well, technically that'd be the ombre one, but that one's a little bit hard to kind of maneuver out of there. So I think that'll be the last one that I showed you. All right, so there is 1 wick, 2 wicks, 3 wicks. By the way, my sister commented that she really liked roasted sesame, so I'm glad that she ended up picking one for my sister shops my SAS stash. But anyways, so here we have the candle luminary. It's technically designed for Slacken & Co. candles, but you can also fit a 3 wick in there. So there's how it looks like. So it's not really dark right now. It's still barely sundown. But if you can see right here, there's not a lot of, I guess, glow coming from the candle. There is kind of right now because there are 3 cutouts on this side. But if I were to kind of move this where there's just 1 cutout showing, it would look pretty dark. So you can see kind of the issue that I feel like there's needs to be more cutouts. I believe the listing on QVC is still showing up, and a lot of the negative comments, or like not positive comments, said that this needed more cutouts or needed to be made of a different material because the glow is primarily coming from this top part right here and like the very few cutouts that there are. So that is the only issue. So there's the first one. This candle, roasted sesame, gets pretty hot, so I'm trying to do this relatively quickly. So this one is a candle luminary. So how you do that one is you put it on top of the base, you set it down, you see it fits perfectly. Is that in focus? Yeah, that's in focus. And then you put the top part over it, which I really love. Now I know candle luminaries with 2 parts. So there, it's pretty secure. And if you can see, it looks really pretty. It's not as dark as the blue butterfly one, but you're getting a lot of light from the top as well as the cutouts. And this one has a lot more than the other one. And when it's really, really dark, you can notice it a lot more than the blue one. Or it could be that I'm just not facing the blue one in the right way. But yeah, here's how this one looks like. You can see it in all its glory. Okay. Now that you've seen that one, let's move on to the piece de resistance, which is the pineapple one. Hopefully I can get the top part on because it kind of locks into place. And sometimes I don't have them lined up. So that's the only con part about it. But otherwise, it's perfect. Here we go, the pineapple. So let me put it on the base. I also like about the pineapple that if you don't want the top part, you can obviously just use this part right here. And it'll look cute as well. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Okay, so there's how it looks like with just the bottom part of the pineapple. Okay, let me make sure. So the cutout's right here. I need to make sure I'm lining it up. Okay. This one's a little bit tight, the fit. Okay, I think it locked into place. But if you can see right here how pretty it looks like, let me raise this a bit. Okay, so I moved the angle so you can see more of it, but it looks super gorgeous, especially with the glaze, the yellow glaze on the inside. It looks even brighter and more luminous. And you can see right here, there's also a little hint of the hue from the candle. Very pretty. This also really helps out if you don't like the packaging of like an ugly label, or let's say that mashup or that limited edition pumpkin spice latte and twisted peppermint. Hated the packaging. But yeah, overall, it looks really, really pretty. Let me move this to the back part over here so I can show you how the pumpkin single wick candle looks like. So like I said, I'm burning strawberry pound cake in there. You can either move the metal insert and place the candle and then put it back in, but I find that it's just easier for me to lift the candle down. And where is my lighter? Here it is. Okay, I trimmed my wick a little bit too much, so it might be just not that bright. So there's how it looks like. If you can see right there, you can see the strawberry pound cake, but if, for example, I didn't want to show that part, I would just kind of swirl it to the other side. And yeah, it looks super pretty. I like it, especially it looks a lot better when the candle's maybe like halfway done. But let me show you how the final luminary looks like. Let me move this pumpkin single wick. And then I'm gonna have to take off this pretty pineapple. Okay, since I already lit the candle, I don't really feel comfortable dropping it down, so I'm going to remove the rusty metal insert. All right, so here's the metal insert. It's kind of rusted a bit. So let me move this down. Okay, that's securely into place. And let me drop this down. Ugh, I get nervous. All right, and then this is how the blue candle luminary, I don't know if this is considered a hurricane, but this is how it looks like. So if you can see, I don't know which one's your favorite one, but definitely my favorite one's the pineapple, followed by the lemon. And then I don't know if I like this one. I think I'm still just thrown off that it's a little bit dirty. But overall, it's really pretty. I like it that it just amplifies the glow of the candle. But yeah, I really hope Bath & Body Works makes more candle holders, luminaries, or hurricanes that are like this, the older design. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.